for tuning in. If you're new here, I am Lauren and it's a pleasure to have you. If you're new here, I am Lauren and it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you. Alright, today we're going to check out a video. This one is titled The Finnish Battle Taxi That Defies the Time. What could a Finnish battle taxi mean? Okay, guess it carries people around. Not in the normal world, but maybe in the... Alright, let's find out. Patria
The
Pasi.
Pasi has been among the most successful wheeled armored vehicles for battle taxi roles for 40 years. It has also made Finland one of the major players in this market.
Okay, it's
Serving
an
in
armored
many
vehicle
peacekeeping
for battle
operations, it
taxi
has always been a
roles.
trustable
Wow.
sidekick for the UN forces.
Wow.
Today, we're investigating the Pasi, a Finnish
Okay.
armored vehicle legend.
I can relate to that.
The Pasi takes its name from an acronym of the Finnish words Pansari Sisu. Pansari means armored, and Sisu Auto was its producer. The defense subsidiary of this company, Sisu Defensoi, was acquired by Patria in 1997. Pasi is also a common given name of Finnish men. The Pasi is a reliable battle taxi with fair protection and firepower. Besides these features, its low production and life cycle costs made it a highly preferable armored vehicle in the international market. The creation history of the Pasi goes back to the early 1970s. Before we continue, we owe a special thanks to the Satanistas Sotele Historia channel for that we use some of its information. If you want to learn little-known stories about the history of the Finnish Defense Forces, don't miss Satanistas Sotele Historia. In the early 1970s, the Finnish army relied on unarmored trucks or even bicycles and tractors to transport its troops to the combat areas. Also, Finland participated in many UN peacekeeping operations but did not have a proper wheeled armored vehicle for such missions. To solve this problem, Finland began to design an indigenous vehicle called VK Yuko in 1972.
Wow, guys.
Yet,
This is one part of Finland that, captivates me a lot. When it goes back to the history, how they started, and where they are today, just captivates me.
the VK Yuko was far from fulfilling modern combat requirements. So, the Finnish army required 120 BTR-60s from the USSR. It was an interim solution. Finland did not give up its indigenous vehicle development idea. In the early 1980s, a new tender was opened in which Valmet and Sisu, two Finnish companies, competed. After trials, the Sisu's vehicle Pasi beat its rival Valmet's Pava in 1982. In 1983, Finland placed an initial order of 59 Pasis. 50 were for the army, and 9 were for the Finnish United Nations Battalion. Serial production began in 1984. The Pasi was designed as an easily operatable vehicle with a simple structure, low production and maintenance costs, high mobility, and fair ballistic protection. Sisu used many components of its SA-150 4x4 military truck on the Pasi to ensure these features. The first production variant of the vehicle was the XA-180. The commander and driver sit at the front of the hull on the right and left respectively. They enter the vehicle via doors with a bulletproof windows, which can be partly covered by a shutter at the front on each side. There are big bulletproof windscreens in front, which can be covered by a shutter during the action. The infantry enters via 2 doors in the rear. Standard equipment includes a winch with a capacity of 9 tons and an automatic fire suppression system for the engine compartment. The engine compartment is to the rear of the driver compartment on the left side, with the air inlet and outlets in the roof. An aisle on the engine's right allows passage from the front crew compartment to the troop compartment at the rear. The hull is made of all-welded 6 to 12 mm thick steel armor, resistant to small arms fire and shell splinters. The Pasi's sloping structure of the bottom, high ground clearance, and low ground pressure provide fair landmine protection. Due to increasing IED and landmine threats, later many users fitted the Pasi with blast-resistant seats and spall liners. The MBC protection is optional. The distance between axles is equal. Besides this feature, the location of the engine makes the weight loaded on each axle almost the same. This design improves mobility even on soft ground and handling at high speeds. It also reduces the wearing rate of the front axles commonly seen in wheeled armored vehicles and braking distance. Steering is power assisted on the two front axles. The vehicle is fully amphibious. The Pasi was designed unarmed. Even though its high ground clearance provides good cross-country mobility and increases protection against landmines, the vehicle's center of gravity is too high. This design causes some balance problems for the roof-mounted weapons. The XA-180 can be fitted with a 7.62mm or 12.7mm machine guns. These weapons are located on the troop compartment roof, in an open position, or inside a cupola. The Finnish Defense Forces XA-180s were also fitted with an AT-4 Spigot anti-tank missile launcher or 95 S5861 Musti recoilless gun. The integration of the Musti is an unusual but funny story. The Finnish peacekeepers who served in Lebanon in the 1980s realized that they had no weapon to prevent the passage of the Israeli Merkava tanks to the UN zone. Also, as you may know, peacekeeping operations are generally boring for soldiers trained for real combat. And a group of bored but technically competent soldiers tend to invent weird improvised solutions. So, some Finnish technicians got a brilliant idea to combine the Pasi and the Musti recoilless gun. The weapon was not balanced and it was too difficult to aim. The Musti also did not have a safety feature. It was a totally unauthorized, local improvised solution. But it became so popular among the Finnish peacekeepers that they didn't want to ban the weapon afterwards. Besides the roof-mounted weapon, on either side of the troop compartment are three vision blocks with a firing port underneath, allowing the troops to fire their weapons from inside the vehicle. There is also a firing port on each door. The later XA-185 variant is essentially an XA-180 with a more powerful Valmet 612 DWI 6-cylinder diesel engine and new, stronger axles. All Finnish XA-180s were upgraded to XA-185 standards. Finland fitted this model with LAV 25 and LAV 30 turrets for trial purposes. Some vehicles were equipped with air conditioning systems for the engine. The XA-180s and XA-185s in the Swedish Army service are non-amphibious. The XA-185 has a two-person crew consisting of a commander and driver and can also carry up to 18 infantry. The vehicle has a length of 7.34 meters, a width of 2.88 meters, and a height of 2.47 meters. Its combat weight is up to 13,500 kilograms. The 248 horsepower Valmet 612 DWI diesel engine provides a road speed of 105 kilometers per hour. Its range is 900 kilometers. The XA-185 can negotiate 0.6 meter vertical steps and 1 meter trenches. It is amphibious with a water speed of 8 kilometers per hour. We should add that the XA-185 generally carries 10 troops, not 18, as its technical specification refers to. Besides the ambulance version, the XA-180 and 185 has an air defense missile and air surveillance radar variants. The first, the ITO-90M, can fire the Kotel NG missiles, and the second is fitted with the Giraffe air surveillance radar system on a hydraulic arm. Estonia acquired 60 surplus XA-180s from Finland and then modernized them. This variant, named XA-180 EST, has improved armor protection, an updated brake system, additional mirrors, and Harris digital radios that meet the NATO standard. Further development of the XA-185 is the XA-186 with several detailed improvements for UN-type missions. Developed by the requirements of Norway, this variant has additional passive armor protection, a wire-cutting device on the front of the hull, the British Helio turret with a 12.7mm machine gun, and 5 smoke grenade launchers on each side. Also, the XA-186 can be fitted with an additional machine gun over the commander's position. This vehicle is not amphibious and its fording depth is 1.5 meters. The XA-186 also has ambulance and repair variants. In 1996, the Netherlands ordered 90 XA-188 GVV vehicles. The GVV comes from the initials of Gepanzerd Voertuig voor Vredesoperaties, meaning Armored Transport Vehicle for Peacekeeping Operations. It is based on the previous XA-186. The enhanced armor of the XA-188 GVV can withstand up to 14.5 mm armor-piercing rounds. But this change increases the vehicle's weight to 23,000 kilograms, which makes it non-amphibious. The XA-188 also has the GWT ambulance and COM command variants. The vehicle's Army and Marine versions can carry 7 and 5 infantry respectively. The Netherlands retired the XA-188s and sold them to Estonia in 2010. The participation of the XA-186 and XA-188 in international tenders also changed the Finnish Army's perspective of modern combat requirements, and it demanded a more advanced variant of the Pasi. So, Patria developed the XA-200 series based on XA-188. The XA-202 is the baseline armored personnel carrier version, while the XA-203 has a raised rear roof for greater internal volume for use in more specialized roles such as command post and artillery fire control. The XA-200 series feature a higher level of protection against small arms fire and anti-tank and anti-personnel mines. Sweden is also a user of the XA-200 series. Unlike the Finnish Army, the Swedish Army uses its XA-202s as a command vehicle. Sweden fitted some XA-203s with a 20mm gun turret or the Protector Nordic remote control weapon station with a 12.7mm machine gun. The Swedes also operates the CBRN reconnaissance, field repair, anti-tank missile, mortar squad, and ambulance variants. The XA-203N model used by the Norwegian Army has been designed so that the user can quickly change roles according to mission requirements such as command, ambulance, and workshop. Estonia, Finland, Norway, Sweden, and Ukraine are the current users. Austria, Denmark, Ghana, Ireland, and the Netherlands retired the vehicle. The Pasi has participated in many operations in Afghanistan, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Eritrea, Golan Heights, Iraq, Kosovo, Lebanon, Macedonia, Namibia, Liberia, Somalia, and Chad. In 1988, a UN Pasi hit an anti-tank mine in Lebanon. Due to the powerful explosion, the vehicle jumped into the air. Its transmission and middle axle were severely damaged. But the Pasi protected its crew, and only 3 soldiers suffered minor injuries. But in the conflicts of the 21st century, the irregular forces began to use more powerful IEDs, which sometimes contained hundreds of kilograms of explosives. The Pasi was a battle taxi and was not designed for such threats. On June 7, 2009, a Dutch XA-188 was destroyed by a roadside bomb explosion. 3 soldiers were wounded. On October 16, 2010, a Swedish XA-203 was destroyed by a roadside bomb explosion. This time, the driver lost his life and 2 other soldiers were injured. Let's be fair. The latest conflicts showed us that even the most armored vehicles are not ready for such threats. Finland donated some Pasis to Ukraine. During the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine, 5 vehicles were destroyed. The Ukrainian crew abandoned 1 Pasi, and another one was captured by the Russian forces. But please don't forget that higher loss ratios are inevitable in a full-scale war. The main task of a battle taxi is not to protect itself, but its crew. The crew's survivability rate of the Pasi in the mentioned combat records is reasonably high, so we can say that it has succeeded so far. Patria ceased the serial production of the Pasi in 2003. After all, the company had the new and more capable AMV to be marketed. the AMV and its other state-of-art rivals are too complex and expensive. But simple and low-cost wheeled armored vehicles are still needed. So, in 2018, Patria unveiled the new Patria 6x6, aka XA300, as the successor of the Pasi. This vehicle combines the Pasi's simplicity and the AMV XP's advancements. Estonia, Finland, Latvia, and Sweden have already participated in the joint development program for common armored vehicle system based on Patria 6x6. Germany stated its intention to be a partner. Except Estonia, these countries already have the latest state-of-art wheeled armored vehicles such as the AMX and Boxe. But they do not want to give up what the Pasi offers. Today, the Pasi is an aged veteran, but its proven design philosophy does not get old. The Pasi, the unforgettable Finnish hero of many peacekeeping operations, is a true wheeled armored vehicle legend. Thanks for watching our video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all of your likes, comments, and shares.
Patria Pasi, the way they've upgraded the vehicle in so many stages until now, it is still very much effective and it has been upgraded to a modern version. Well, that's amazing. Do let me know what you think about this video right down in the comment section, and also don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe for more. I'll see you again in my next video. I remain your girl.